most people don't know the stories or what happens in the background, and what happens in the things that aren't seen, you know? Because I think sometimes other individuals would like to be able to take the credit for it, or just to, you know, say that they were a part of it. But Cleveland Turner, for all that he was and all that he was at that time, knew that the docks that were on, I guess what street was that, but it's like 6th Street, 7th Street, something like that. Dodge Island was not the future. And he worked behind the scenes, tirelessly, according to my father, to make sure that there was a future for the longshoremen, and that there would be a future for more longshoremen, because at that time, ILA was pretty small. I mean, it was there, but it was still pretty small. But he could see the potential of not only moving to the port, but also understanding that the tourism industry was just coming online, and what that would mean for the future of longshoremen, of I don't know what the cruise industry is, what that amount is, but can you imagine what that would mean if the longshoremen had not, been in there and been a part of the negotiations for making that move to this huge new area called, the Port of Miami. Not even a little known, it's an unknown contribution of black leadership in Miami. And because he was, like I said, he was really, really savvy, he kind of made sure that the longshoremen were in the forefront of thinking about this, and and making the effort, to make sure, that it happened. And not only that it happened, but they would be really at the table when the discussions happen, And because, like I said, Mr. Ellis Canty, who was the business manager at the time, and who was very, very close to Mr. Turner, they really thought about this, and they kind of figured this out. And Dad didn't know the insides of it necessarily, but he knew that something big was happening, and he knew that his president and the business manager of his organization, of the longshoremen, were at the table, because, and the first time I ever heard this said was my father said it. He said, if you're not at the table, you're on the menu. So, and I'm sure that's something that came out of what longshoremen talk about all the time. But so they wanted to make sure that they were at the table and not necessarily on the menu. But because Ellis had been in that space for so long, working with Mr. Turner, his major contribution was to work on and to be a force in making sure that tunnel got built.